Ever wonder why some older guys effortlessly captivate younger women, while others just don't? It's not about grand gestures or flashy displays. It's about mastering a few unspoken rules. Forget what you think you know, because 95% of men keep making basic mistakes that the top 5% have cleverly avoided. Prepare to unlock the secrets that highly desired men have figured out, allowing you to sidestep the attraction killers and build truly meaningful connections. Embrace your age. Ditch the facade. One of the most glaring missteps older men make is attempting to erase the very thing that makes them uniquely appealing: their age and the maturity that comes with it. Many older guys feel an inexplicable urge to try to match her age group. If she's in her 20s, they awkwardly try to speak like a 20-something, mimicking slang, adopting youthful mannerisms, or even dressing in ways that are clearly out of sync with their own generation. It's a bizarre spectacle, really, almost as if they're trying to camouflage themselves into a younger demographic, desperately hoping she won't notice the age gap. This behavior often stems from a deep-seated insecurity, a fear that their age is a disadvantage. They might ask a younger woman about her interests and then, rather transparently, pretend to be equally passionate about the same things, giving off a needy vibe by agreeing with everything she says and offering no opinion of their own. This isn't about finding common ground. It's a desperate attempt to fit in, to make her think they're just like the other guys she meets, thereby distracting her from their age. But here's the counterintuitive truth: your age is not a liability. It's a massive asset. Women, often wired to appreciate confidence and stability, frequently prefer older men precisely because of their maturity, experience, wisdom, and certainty. Trying to lower yourself to her age doesn't make you relatable. It diminishes the very qualities that make you attractive. It suggests you've put her on a pedestal, believing her youth makes her intrinsically better or more desirable, and that you need to contort yourself to meet her perceived standards. This kind of idolizing her, seeing her as a precious prize, leads to giving her special treatment, being overly polite to the point of being boring, and avoiding any risky or flirtatious conversation. You become the nice guy who's too afraid to make a wrong move, and in doing so, you lose all romantic appeal. The best way to overcome this is to simply normalize interacting with younger women. When you're comfortable and confident, they become normal human beings with their own quirks and insecurities, and the fear of losing them dissipates, because you understand there will always be other opportunities. Compounding this insecurity is the tendency some older men have to make self-deprecating jokes about their age. You'll hear remarks like, "I'm not young anymore," or "back in my day," often delivered with a nervous chuckle. Guys do this because they're uncomfortable with the age difference and try to diffuse the tension before she can bring it up. While self-deprecating humor can be charming when it comes from a place of security, if it's clear you're joking about something you're genuinely uncomfortable with, it creates discomfort for everyone involved. If you project that your age is a bad thing, she will eventually internalize that perception. People tend to accept what you project, whether it's about age, height, looks, or financial status. You are, in essence, teaching people how to think about and treat you through your own behavior. So if you're insecure about the age gap, it's best to steer clear of these jokes and project quiet confidence instead. A related pitfall is failing a woman's confidence test. Women are subconsciously wired to seek confidence in men, and they often test it, sometimes playfully. They might say, "Why are you still single at 40?" Or, "Aren't you a little old to be talking to me?" These comments are not meant to insult. They're a probe to see if you crumble under pressure. The worst thing you can do is start scrambling for explanations, justifying your age or relationship status. This exposes your insecurity and hands her control. Instead, never let her see you lose control. Respond calmly, perhaps with a playful, Deflection like, maybe I like it that way, or a confident brief answer like, I focused on my career for a while, and now I'm ready to meet someone special. Then, brush over it and casually move the conversation along. This shows you're unaffected by her pressure, proving your confidence and building attraction. The art of connection. Beyond fixing and revealing, many older men stumble when they try to play hero. It might feel inherently manly to swoop in and solve a younger woman's problems, but in reality, you're often setting yourself up for the dreaded provider, or, even worse, the big brother zone. When she shares her problems, she's usually just venting. She's looking for someone who will listen, not someone eager to save the day. The more you jump in to fix her dilemmas, the more you signal weakness, like you're trying too hard to be the nice guy. This behavior quickly kills attraction, moving you firmly out of her romantic radar. She doesn't need a knight in shining armor, and she certainly doesn't want a dad. The flip side of this is dumping your problems on her. This is identified as one of the biggest mistakes, regardless of age. As an older man, you're generally expected to be strong and mature enough to handle your own issues. Venting or asking for sympathy sends a message that you can't cope, which is a major turnoff. Women want a partner who is emotionally and intellectually strong, capable of facing challenges, not someone looking for emotional rescue. While vulnerability can be a strength, oversharing past failures, struggles, or insecurities paints you as lacking confidence. If you do mention weaknesses, do it with humor and lighthearted self-deprecation, making it clear they don't define you. This paradoxically shows greater security. Another common misstep is never saying sorry to her for things you didn't do wrong, or even over-apologizing when you are in the wrong. Too many men fall into the habit of apologizing for minor issues, making them appear weak or insecure. If you're running late, instead of a flustered, I'm sorry, a calm, thanks for waiting, acknowledges her time without diminishing your position. If she points out something that bothered her, try I understand your concern, to give yourself a moment to reflect before immediately apologizing. Even when you are genuinely at fault, a confident, I'll do better next time, acknowledges the mistake while maintaining control and confidence. The key is to convey strength and self-possession, not a constant need for forgiveness for minor infractions. Confidence also means having your own perspective, which is why older men should never agree with everything just to keep the peace. Society might suggest that constant agreement fosters harmony, but it does the opposite. Nodding along to every opinion she has signals a weak and insecure vibe, making her feel you're seeking her approval or afraid to upset her. A confident man doesn't fear disagreement. In fact, having your own well-reasoned perspective, especially with the wisdom of age, shows strength. If you constantly agree to avoid conflict, she'll sense you're trying too hard, pushing her away. Women are attracted to men who are sure of themselves, not those who are overly cautious and afraid to speak their minds. This also connects to effective communication, which emphasizes honesty and expressing your true feelings, even if they differ. Don't lay all your cards on the table too soon. Rushing to reveal your feelings from the first interaction is a major mistake. If she knows exactly where you stand, she'll feel like she's already won, and the attraction can quickly die. Younger women thrive on mystery and challenge. Eliminate the sense of pursuit or excitement by revealing too much, and you'll lose her interest. It's not about playing games, but about maintaining tension and curiosity. Keep her guessing, make her wonder what's going on in your head, and the attraction will linger. If you're too easy to read or quick to confess emotions, she'll quickly move on. While mystery is good, never overplay being aloof. This is the fine line between confident disinterest and outright rudeness. Some men, having read about pickup strategies, mistakenly believe complete indifference is the key. But if you act totally detached, she'll likely think you're not interested at all, pushing her away. The goal is balance. Show interest but avoid neediness. A thoughtful comment paired with playful detachment, for example, "That's an impressive skill you've got there, though I bet you can't beat me at it," strikes the right balance. You're paying attention while keeping things light and playful. However, avoid being dismissive twice in a row, as that quickly comes across as condescending. The aim is to connect, not alienate, by appearing uninterested or rude. Beyond materialism and superficiality, a pervasive and detrimental mistake older men make is leading with money. Many men erroneously believe that financial success is the ultimate attraction trigger for younger women. This manifests as bragging about impressive jobs, business triumphs, expensive cars, lavish vacations, or large homes. It can also involve buying excessive gifts, taking her to extravagant places, or even sending her money or paying off her debts after knowing her for a short time. While money and financial stability are certainly attractive qualities, and there's no shame in discussing your achievements naturally, the problem arises when wealth is all you bring to the table. If money is your primary lure, you will inevitably attract women who are only interested in your financial favors, gold diggers who view you as an ATM, not a romantic partner. This strategy will only lead to relationships devoid of genuine connection and potentially ruin your life. True attraction is built on far more than financial capability. Another significant misstep is positioning yourself as a mentor or a guide. Many older men think that by acting as a professional helper, career coach, or life guide, a younger woman will eventually realize how amazing they are and fall for them. This is a common fantasy that rarely materializes. If you hide your romantic intentions and exclusively present yourself in a mentor role, she will likely be creeped out when you finally try to make a move. Without a fun, flirtatious vibe from the outset, it's impossible for her to see you in a sexual or romantic light. Even if she admires you as a smart, mature man, she'll see you only as a friend or mentor. The sexual spark will be missing. The earlier you establish a flirty dynamic, the better. Delaying it makes the act of flirting a big deal in your mind, leading to overthinking and missed opportunities, ultimately consigning you to the friend zone. Finally, a major attraction killer is don't put her on a pedestal based on looks. Research indicates younger women are 3 times more likely to lose interest in older men who make this critical mistake. While most mature men mistakenly shower younger women with over-the-top compliments about their beauty, truly experienced men understand a counterintuitive truth. When you elevate her solely for her looks, you become just another face in the crowd of forgettable admirers. Beautiful women are constantly deluged with shallow praise. High-quality men, conversely, challenge her to demonstrate she's more than just a pretty face. They understand that while beauty is common, depth is rare. When you make her earn your genuine interest beyond her physical appearance, you trigger a powerful desire in her to prove her worth to a man who isn't easily impressed. This attitude shift distinguishes the men she truly desires from those she quickly forgets. Absolute never does, fostering healthy connections and avoiding harm beyond these dating dynamics. It's critical to address behaviors that are not just attraction killers, but are fundamentally destructive and harmful. These are the absolute never does in any relationship, particularly when interacting with younger women. Avoid creating a toxic relationship. These are marked by patterns of control, disrespect, and emotional harm. Isolation, just you and me. While appearing intimate, this often hides a possessive desire to control you, making you dependent and limiting your ability to form other connections. Not allowing mistakes or constant criticism. If your partner constantly criticizes you for every misstep, even justifying it as honesty, it's a mental attack that erodes your self-belief. It signals their need to feel superior, leading to self-doubt and potentially contempt. Insults, humiliation, or threats. A partner who consistently verbally abuses, demeans, or threatens you will severely damage your self-esteem, leading to feelings of worthlessness and potentially depression. Such behavior can also escalate to physical violence, disrespecting your preferences or forcing you to do unwanted things. This creates a sense of powerlessness and loss of freedom, leading to immense stress and a diminished ability to listen to your own desires. Lack of care or a one-sided relationship. If you're consistently investing everything while your partner acts indifferently, it's a draining, one-sided dynamic where you receive only coldness and apathy, uncertainty about the future, and frequent mood changes. A partner who constantly shifts plans and displays volatile moods creates anxiety and forces you to adapt constantly, potentially indicating deeper psychological issues. Constant control. This is a hallmark of toxic relationships. Monitoring your phone, social media, preventing you from being alone, or demanding detailed reports of your day, often fueled by jealousy and paranoia, strips away your privacy and freedom. Lack of trust. Trust is paramount. If one partner constantly doubts the other's honesty or is themselves untrustworthy, it leads to anxiety, conflict, and can erode trust in all future relationships. Blaming for everything. A partner who consistently shifts responsibility for all problems onto you, avoiding any accountability, creates an immense burden of guilt and responsibility, undermining your self-belief and potentially leading to moral decay. Threats. You will have problems. Living under the shadow of threats creates emotional insecurity and fear, which are detrimental to mental health and a breeding ground for depression. Trust and mutual support cannot exist in such a relationship. Never, ever engage in abuse or sexual harassment. These are not merely attraction killers. They are morally reprehensible and illegal acts with severe consequences. Abuse encompasses violent, brutal, or cruel actions and words, insults, harassment, shaming, trampling, beating, torture that inflict physical or mental harm. This includes domestic violence, where a partner physically or emotionally attacks another, or child abuse, which is tragically common. Sexual harassment involves any sexually suggestive words or behaviors aimed at harming someone's dignity or causing distress. It can range from inappropriate comments or nonverbal gestures, like sending explicit messages or images, to physical acts like forced touching or kissing. These acts can occur anywhere in public, secluded spots, or even in workplaces, and victims are predominantly women, though men can also be targets. Often, perpetrators exploit positions of power, trust, or the victim's lack of vigilance. The consequences for victims are devastating, including insomnia, anxiety, depression, obsessive-compulsive disorder, withdrawal from social life, shame, and in extreme cases, substance abuse or suicide. Society has a responsibility to protect vulnerable individuals, and legal frameworks exist to punish perpetrators, though greater awareness and stricter enforcement are always needed. Such actions are an affront to human decency and have no place in any interaction. Conclusion. Navigating relationships with younger women doesn't require playing a role or hiding who you are. In fact, it's about leaning into your authentic self and the valuable qualities that come with age and experience. Embrace your maturity, cultivate genuine confidence, and prioritize respectful, honest, and engaging communication. Ditch the attempts to fix her, control her, or impress her with superficial displays of wealth or youth. And above all, avoid any behaviors that are manipulative, demeaning, or harmful. By understanding and avoiding these critical mistakes, you'll not only enhance your attractiveness, but also foster connections built on mutual respect and genuine desire, leading to far more fulfilling and healthy relationships. Your journey to connecting with women, regardless of age, starts with self-awareness and integrity.